Hey everyone, Marathon Hurler here, back with some more Final Fantasy VIII. Last time we went up to the Lunar Base and got some rare cards and met up with Alone, only to have Rinoa become possessed slash go crazy slash free Adele from her, decade-long slumber and be catapulted into space. And, well, now we're in an escape pod trying to get away from the Lunar Base before it becomes engulfed in a stream of monsters heading down towards Earth. I still don't know what the name of the planet is, but yeah. Well, that's not good. So, Rinoa is basically dead. Does Selphie have something to say? Nope, doesn't sound like it. Let's talk to Alone. Jesus, Squall. Yeah, he really can't take it. He never really built good emotional response mechanisms, so I guess it's not surprising that he's struggling with this. I mean, there's not much he can do. Oh, okay. I like how it was. Okay, at least she's admitting it might not work because it seemed kind of like, oh, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. Oh, okay, I'll do it. Anyway, we run to the. You have to run into the pod. It doesn't do it for you. And then we get to see why we needed to run away in the first place, because the Lunar Base, as I said, is becoming engulfed in the stream of monsters heading down to Earth because of the Lunar Cry. But enough about that. Now let's get a little taste of Rinoa's past. Try to figure out what happened to her. Game? Okay. Oh, so we're back at the, this is after Rinoa was freed from Galbadian prison. Okay, so that's why she left, but it looks like Rinoa is not having that. She wants to go back and help. Now this is what gets me. Okay. So Irving knows that those people are his friends, his lost childhood orphanage buddies. But he's not willing to go back there and make sure that they're okay. Well, I doubt he would say that. So yeah, I just don't get why Irving is not more, like, concerned about this. I mean, his supposed love interest, Selphie, is, like, sitting there and he's not going to do anything to help? Well, that's an interesting sight. But it looks like it worked. And now we know why they showed up to help. But yeah, that does seem a little bit odd given how he was complaining earlier. How could you guys forget me? We were such good friends. And then he just leaves them in the prison to die. But anyway, now we figure out when. Now we get some context to Zell's request for our ring. So why does Rinoa? So this is kind of creepy, right? Like, they aren't together yet, but yet she wants a ring just like his. Yay, we match, Squall. Let's be lovers forever. Why not? Yeah. I mean, you're going to wear the ring at some point, and then he's going to realize that it's creepy, but you're not willing to ask him directly? Oh, so she has a crush on him. Well, that was kind of obvious. How is it not what we think? What else could it possibly be? So is that it? Yep, nope, that's two. That's it. That was pretty far back. But the second time's always the charm, apparently. This game. There we go. So yeah, we're back at the point where we just defeated Sorceress Adia, which wasn't that long ago if you really think about it. And then, wait, what was that? That was my screen just flashed there. What was that? I wonder what it could be. Are we sure? Oh, nope, you're right. Yep, that's not Rinoa. Oh, yeah. So in case it wasn't obvious before, uh, Ultimacia is the one who possessed Rinoa, and then she ordered Cypher to get the lunatic Pandora, and then lunatic Pandora brought the monsters down at the same. Well, I don't know how Rinoa or how Ultimacia knew that Rinoa would be up on the lunar base. I'm sure she probably had some backup plan in case things didn't work out, but yeah, that's how all of this came to be. Oh wow, that's she's creepy. That's quite the headdress you've got there. The feathers coming down and everything, and the horns. Not the most menacing boss, enemy, but you know. Can we talk to the other guys here? Nope. Nope, they had nothing to say. Alone just fell out and you were not concerned. Okay, seriously though, this is not the time for this. Yeah, it's the past. I'm glad. Well, how? How are you going to help her? Really? Really, game? Okay. Okay. So what's going on? What's Rinoa up to now? I mean, do we really want to see her dying moments? That seems... Oh, jeez. Yeah. 15 seconds? Like, that's no good. No, no, you're... you're probably not going to make it. Can't do anything. I mean, you're floating in space. What else? What are you going to possibly do? I mean, there's no way. There's nothing. There's nothing to stop your momentum either. I mean, you're in space. That's kind of how it works. Yeah, Ultimacia is not exactly the nicest person. She's not exactly kind or worried about your health. So I wonder, is there like a voice or something that's telling her this? Excuse me. It feels like this is happening every episode where my throat just gets clogged up there. Alright, that's better. Need to start carrying a glass of water with me around now when I record these episodes. Die? There you go. Admitting it is the first step to acceptance, Rinoa. So wait, it said it was like life support 0 like 20 seconds ago, and then she got another like 30 seconds before it actually terminated. That doesn't seem to add up. Now this would be a pretty sucky way to die. I mean, suffocation is pretty brutal in general, but like suffocation in the middle of space, oh, that, I mean, it's not quite up there on my worst ways to go list. I mean, buried alive is still the worst thing. I mean, I'm super claustrophobic, but I imagine that being in a spacesuit in the middle of space would be surprisingly claustrophobic as well. Or the exact opposite, it's almost too wide. because there's nowhere to go. I mean, it's not like you're on Earth where you're just like, you feel like you're on solid ground or something, but enough of the morbid talk for today. This scene is pretty long and drawn out, though. Do we really need to see Rinoa just, like, scooting along like this for, like, what, 4 minutes now? Okay, so they're interjecting a little FMV here. That's nice. Nope, and now we're back to her slowly cycling. Circling, whatever. Nope, I think she's giving up. No, no, you aren't. She's there, and you're in your nice little escape pod. Don't think that you're there with her. Is that it? Nope, more Rinoa. You can't get enough of this. Now, I will say this is a scene where having the sound would really be nice. I mean, I can picture the music because I've played this game like 10 times now, but I'm not like, but like when you're actually watching this, because again, with the Elgato, I can't actually have the sound on or also just mess up my commentary because the playback's all weird. But yeah, it's just watching her drift along for like 6 minutes. It's like a really bad screensaver. I mean, seriously, it's like the whole screen is black, and then Rinoa is just kind of floating across the screen there. But she's not dead. I mean, I figured when she closed her eyes, she was giving up on life, but apparently not. The ring is gonna help her. The power of love. Flan would be so happy. Well, yes, you're still technically alive, but I mean, I don't think you would suffocate that quickly. I think when the life support ends, there's still some oxygen left in your suit. It's just that it's no longer providing you with more. And of course, now she magically finds the reserve tank. Why she would not have used that earlier is beyond me. Or, more to the point, why it wouldn't immediately activate. Like, if you have a backup life support system, what good is it if you have to push, like, all these extra buttons to use it? Just, like, have it automatically kick in if it's, I don't know, whatever. Now we're back with Squall. Oh, that seems like a smart idea. And Alone, being the wise older sister, tells her, "Go ahead, kill yourself, have fun." Like everyone else, well, not we won't see it yet, but like everyone else is like, "Don't do this. Are you an idiot?" Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, Alone's like, "Oh, follow your dreams and your heart, and love is awesome," and like everyone else is like, "Squall, you know you're gonna die." I mean, Rinoa's great and all, but you can find someone else. Like, that's, it's not worth that much. You're 17, right? I mean, don't let your first love drag you to your literal death. We've all been there. Those bad high school relationships. You know, I mean, which all you want is not to not get yourself killed here. But now we have yet another fun mini game, and so basically what you're trying to do is you're trying to guide the screen such that Rinoa is in the middle. So I'm using the D-pad. I'm not sure if you can use the analog stick. Oh, you can use the analog stick, it looks like. But I'm using the D-pad anyway, just because it gives you slightly more refined control. And you have a minute and 20 seconds to get Rinoa into the middle of the screen. If you push the circle button, you can see it gives you a little boost and you can speed up how quickly the screen moves. I usually wait until there's about 20 seconds left, and if she's not centered, then I use the boost to kind of make sure she is, but usually you can get pretty close without needing that, as long as you know what you're supposed to do. The game doesn't actually tell you, hey, you need her to be in the middle of the screen. I think if you screw it up the first time, they kind of tell you, oh, yeah, we should probably let you know what you're supposed to do here. Because the first time I played this game, I mean, as it's becoming clear, I'm sure to anyone who's like watching this, the first time I played this game, I had no idea what I was doing. I mean, to be fair, this was only the second JRPG that I ever played. I played, what did I play? I played Final Fantasy VII like a year after it came out. I bought a used copy at some game store. I can't remember the name of it now, but I bought Final Fantasy VII. Really liked it, but had no idea what I was doing most of the time. And then I played Final Fantasy VIII, which is a completely different style of game than Final Fantasy VII. And this is while I'm still trying to learn how to deal with JRPGs in general. So, I really struggled, but that game, they don't tell you what you're supposed to do. So I just kind of screwed it up, and I think they make you do it or they let you keep doing it over and over again until you figure it out. But anyway, yeah, we're out of fuel. Those monsters are still draining from the moon there. Well, that would seem to be the plan. I mean, there's no possible way that you guys can survive, right? I mean, there's just no way. Nope, can't happen. Or can it? Wow. Wow. Now, I mean, I can't really feign surprise because I knew it was coming, but seriously, like this is about as convenient as it can get. You can't beat the conveniently placed spaceship, which obviously has life support and it just happens to be floating our way. Now, I would think that with how quickly this ship is rotating, that could be pretty dangerous because it's a big ship, and I would think that it could knock the crap out of you. But I would imagine grabbing onto it would be more difficult than they're letting on. But apparently not. Apparently not. Even though they're grabbing onto a part that doesn't even look like it has a handhold, it looks like it's. Look at that. It's not like there's. What are they grabbing onto here? It's not like they're grabbing onto an edge or something, right? And of course, it just is going to magically open up. No indication of how that happened or how they know, but we'll just pretend that there's some kind of sensor or something there. Yeah, I think that's the way to go. I mean, this whole scene is strange belief, but whatever. At any rate, we are, I guess, safe and sound. I mean, this ship must have some oxygen in it, right? I mean, who would build a ship without oxygen? Of course there's air. Why wouldn't there be air? Yep, so now we're good. So I'll do this on screen. It'll take 2 seconds. Let's just go ahead and switch our junctions. I don't think it particularly matters because, again, we're going to be overpowered for whatever comes up next. But I'm just going to double check and make sure that my... Nope, that's not the best in terms of the strength. So let's get... not Dia, but Zell's junctions instead. I think he has... maybe have the rest of my triple spells. Yep. Alright, that works. And then let's just heal up a little bit here. Perfect. And now we're ready to go. Oh, one other thing. I guess it doesn't really matter what your GFs are learning at this point because, well, we're really close to being able to get a lot of AP very quickly. So I'm not worried about what they're learning at this point. Alright, so out of our spacesuits and we're good to go, looks like. Yeah, why are you getting so awkward now? Well, that's nice. What is she doing? She wants it, Squall. She wants you right here, right now. Come on, Squall. You can't possibly be this dense. Like, she's definitely the affectionate feely type. You had to know that. As opposed to dead, Squall. Come on. And way to kill the mood, buddy. Of course she does. Well, yes, that would be bad. Alright, so let's keep it moving then. Let's go find the cockpit. Should be pretty easy, right? I mean, they wouldn't put some arbitrary bosses in here or anything, would they? Of course they would. Because nothing can go that smoothly. So, yeah, we've got these aliens. Why would you scream if they're right there? So, yeah, that's why we had to switch our junctions. We're gonna have to fight these guys. Of course not. So, there's a stupid mechanic in this game, or in this area. The basic mechanic is that there are 8 of these monsters. They're called propagators. And they're 4 pairs of the same color. So 8 in total, 2 of each color. You have to kill them in pairs or else they come back to life. And you need to kill all 8 in order to move on. So I'm going to show you the first battle on screen. Then after that, I'll just show you where the rest of them are from there. Okay, so let's see. The first one is right here, and it's the purple one. So I'll show you how to take them out, and then after that, like I said, the rest will be done off screen. As far as the battle itself goes, it's really, really easy. I mean, they're at a low level, we have a lot of strength and other stuff. They'll try to cast silence on you. They might be able to cast blind on you, but like, it's nothing you need to be really worried about. Because for one, Squall's attack is a guaranteed hit. It's because he has 255% accuracy. He's essentially immune to blind as it is. So, yeah. And they can't do enough physical... I mean, look, it took 3 hits to kill him. And he can't do enough physical damage to us to even be remotely a threat. So yeah, and you don't get any experience. You do get random stones for defeating them. You can also mug wizard stones from them, and you get 5 AP. So yeah, that's basically all there is. So now I'm going to show you the other locations, but I will fight them off screen. Now, what's challenging about this is that these propagators, there's like each pair is like, well, I'll talk about this after this battle. Okay, I'm back. So what I was saying is that the propagators all tend to be in rooms, multiple screens away from each other. So in that case, there was a purple one. Then the next screen, which I had to get to get to this purple one, had a red one. So that's where the challenge comes in. You have to avoid running into these guys before you fight the next one of the same color. So now I want to take out red. Now, if you're really struggling with these guys, one thing you might consider is, they're weak to a lot of status ailments, such as blind, silence. I think you can even petrify them. I'm not sure how that would count in terms of killing them, but they're really easy to kill with status effects as well. So. Okay, that takes care of the red. Now I'm going to head back and deal with the green propagators. So the first one was back here. I'm going to take him out. So an interesting thing about this point in the game is that Rinoa actually has a new limit break, which is called Angel Wing. I haven't really shown off her limit breaks to this point, but in addition to Combine, she has, the Combine being the limit break with Angelo, she has a new one called Angel Wing, which basically puts Rinoa into a Berserk status, where instead of using physical attack, she uses magic from her magic list. And she'll pick a random spell and cast it over and over again until the enemy is defeated. And it can actually be pretty useful if, or not useful, but it has potential. But I'm going to kill this guy and I'll talk more about it. So what I was saying before is that with Rinoa's limit break, if you boost her magic stat quite a bit and limit the spells that she has in her inventory, I'm not sure if she'll use indirect magic like silence. I think she only uses attack magic. But if her magic stat's really high, she gets an additional boost on top of that to her strength. So you can cast like Meteor and it'll do like 20,000 points of damage per hit. It's just that it takes, you can't use her to do anything else, which is annoying. Alright, 7 down, 1 more to go. Yeah, I mean this area isn't that tough. It's tough if you aren't prepared or if you haven't been leveling up. Or if you've been leveling up one character and not the other, but for the most part this is a cakewalk. Each battle takes less than a minute. It's pretty ridiculous. Alright, that's it. And once you've killed them all, they just spontaneously combust or something because they're completely gone. So now we can take the elevator up to the 2nd floor and then I think we are good to go. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to mute the sound in a second. It might seem a little bit awkward, mostly because, well actually I think I'm pretty sure I know when to mute the sound, because there's a song that's going to play here in a second which is definitely copyright. It would cause copyright problems for me if I played it. I don't even know if the song is up on YouTube because of all the copyright issues with it. The song is called Eyes on Me. It's one of the more popular songs in the series, and yeah, there were a lot of issues between the singer of the song and Square Enix, I think, and there's just all sorts of issues with it. I don't know who has the rights to it, but they definitely get a bit antsy with that. So I'm going to mute this in a second here. Now, I do find it a little bit interesting that they're like, oh, we haven't had contact with you in 17 years, but I thought the ship was autopiloted anyway, so like, why would anyone be sitting here? Or why would anyone be in here? Why would they be shocked that someone is using this? Or why would they be like, oh, it's been 17 years if no one's supposed to be in there? Anyway, I know it's going to come up soon, so I'm just going to go ahead and mute the sound now, if I can figure out how to do that. Let's see. Yeah, so I'm going to mute the game audio now. Because I don't know how antsy they get. Like, I don't know if it's like, oh, you play like these notes right here, and then you're gonna be in trouble. So like, I don't want to mess with that. Nope, no errors. Okay. Will do. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the song plays right, like not then, but like right after this line, I think it starts to play. Yeah, I'm pretty sure right about now is when you start to get the eyes on me, eyes on you, whatever. So yeah, like I said, just don't want to mess with it. This scene, I'm pretty sure, runs on its own, so I don't even need to use the controller at this point. But it looks like we're home free. Now Rinoa can finally get that hug. Now I'm not sure that's how it would work in a zero gravity situation, but okay. I can suspend disbelief at this point. Yeah, like she landed way too hard for there to be no gravity. That's the plan. Yeah, she hasn't gotten her hug yet. Really? Are you surprised? I mean, what did you? I mean, are you like that chaste, Squall? Did you just think that you were never gonna touch her? I don't get it. Yeah. Thanks for reminding me, Renoa. Ah, until she was kidnapped. Just disappeared. Better not to have. It's better not to have it than to lose it, right? Renoa's nose looks really weird there, and now Squall's nose looks really weird. It's like all pointy. It's like a triangle. It's almost as if it's out of a comic or something. Clearly, Renoa seems like the type who's in love with being in love. Well, no. That should be obvious. Aww. That's so sweet. Yeah, that's less sweet. She's got you pegged, Squall. Yeah, you should probably sit down now. Squall, stop being so practical. They said they got you. They said they have you under control. Don't worry about it. Man, Squall, way to give her such words of encouragement, huh? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that isn't what she meant. That's one way of putting it. Furious might be another way. Finally, they have questions. Nope. Yep, I'm a mercenary. You should not have said that. Yep, she is a sorceress. You didn't put that together? Now remember that line. They went through it pretty quickly, but she says, I want to stay here with you forever or something like that. And like no one would want to be around me anymore. So Just remember this for later. I keep mentioning all these moments where I'm saying, "Oh, remember this for some theory that comes up later." So this is another one of those moments that you want to remember for later in the game. How Rinoa just wants to live in this moment forever. But that's pretty much it. Now I think once this is done, I can turn the sound back on. So once I do, just know that it might take a second to adjust it. You might hear some rustling and tapping of the keyboard here, and the sound might be a little bit loud or quiet. So just be aware of that as I get ready to turn the music on here. Once the next scene starts, I think I'll do that. So maybe here. Oh, I can actually control this now. Did you always know which way to go before a Squall? Did you really? Huh. Well, I'm glad you were willing to admit it, Squall. But yet you're going to give her up without a question. I suppose you are. Alright, so now I'll turn the audio back on. There we go, that should be right. Hein. Huh. Now the game mentions this person a couple of times. I should know the importance, but I can't remember what it is. Oh well. Yeah, sorry, Squall. I think she's ready. What's up, Squall? What's up, Rinoa? No kidding. No kidding. Why is that? It's not explained why that is. She wants you to reassure her, Squall. And instead you say nothing. Well, thanks for the tip. So that's basically it. Rinoa, there you go. Finally, you say something. Took you long enough. Do you, though? Keep it. No need for you to give it back. Yeah. It'll remind you of me when you're frozen in space. Now here's what I don't get. Why can't... If Adia can have her powers taken away, why can't they do the same to Rinoa? Right? Because I'm assuming they're going to send her out into space or something, right? Whatever. Now what we need to do is head up to the... We don't want to go all the way up to the cockpit. Instead, we want to go to this room over to the left of the cockpit. And then the story will progress from there. And he just is going to sit down in one of these nice little passenger chairs and contemplate life, I suppose. Don't know why you need a room just with passenger seats in this ship, but okay. But hey, look, Sophie's alive. Glad to see she made it. She doesn't seem that surprised that we're alive, though. Oh no. What happened to Alone? I'm sure she's alright. They probably took her. Well, that's nice. Yep, we can operate it. Yeah, you're like a boss. Nope, she's definitely not here. Oh, and the rest of the crew is here. Thanks. No kidding. Oh, I forgot, he's still the boss of Garden, so they need to report to him. Huh. That's what it is. So, she didn't even need to have her powers sealed because she gave them away. Yeah, so Estar was the one who sank the lunatic Pandora, and then Galbadia revived it to weaponize it. Yeah, so she's in Lunatic Pandora, her. Yep, so that was the little dot that you saw there, was Adele. What's going on? Well, yeah, she's the one who received Adia's powers. Yeah, seriously. And you didn't reassure her, you jerk. Yeah, you should have tried to stop her. You're being a fool. Yeah. Come on. Kisses is really giving it to you right now. You tell him, Keistis. Yeah, seriously. Yeah. What they said. What are you doing? Go save her, perhaps? That might be it? Let's do it. Indeed. Well, that's what you want to hear from your military leader. Awesome. Alright, so let's go. Oh boy. Yeah, so the ship is taking off, which is never a good thing. Yep. And Irving supporting her. Yep. Yeah, so, hidden skills that we just never knew about. Apparently, Selphie can fly spaceships. Because, of course, why wouldn't she be able to? Yep, it's just as you predicted. Of course it is. Of course there isn't. Squall, I feel like you're getting a little too. You're getting too glib. I mean, I'm all for you loosening up a bit, but maybe when it comes to letting random people fly ships, that may not be the right time for it. Alright, so yeah, nothing too complicated there. So basically the exact same controls as literally the exact same controls as the Blam Garden, but we can actually use autopilot because the ship can fly and we can basically fly over stuff, so no worries there. Alright, so now we just need to land the ship. Land. There we go. And then we want to head to the Sorceress Memorial. And you saw the sky is like super red now in this area, so that means, and this is what I was saying before, the types of enemies you can run into here have completely changed. So if you didn't get your Malboro tentacles before, you still can, but you'll need to go somewhere else to get them. Yeah, that's what it is. Fools. This will be your undoing. Aha! What? Yeah, seriously. Why are you telling me this? The man wouldn't talk before, now he's can't stop talking. Nope. Not too late. Now, I've actually never brought Irving or Selfie with me. I wonder what they do if you brought them, what animations they have if you bring them with you. Whatever. All you gotta do is walk up to Rinoa, and then you get a little cutscene. Bust out your sword. What else? Yeah, always a good idea. And so here is where we get another one of those scenes from the intro. In fact, it's the scene that you see at the end of the intro, which most people, I guess, think about. Or, yeah, it's one of the more iconic scenes in that intro. So, yeah, this is where you get it. Maybe not all this, but... yeah, so he came back for you, Rinoa. Don't! Don't! I'm a sorceress, she says as she embraces him and then runs away with him. Anyway, now that Rinoa's part of the party again, we take off. I imagine they're not going to be too happy with us, though. But these are S-Star soldiers. They're like the weakest soldiers. Well, not the weakest, but they're not very strong. We'll be fine. Huh. What's going on here? Yeah, who is this person? Looks super familiar. And he's not talking. Yeah. Huh. I wonder who that could be. I'm sure it's pretty obvious what's going on, but who all these people are, but we'll get an explanation very soon about all of that. Alright. Why? Yeah. Well, it's all good. Yeah. That's just how it works. So what are we going to do now? Yeah, seriously. Well, what else are we supposed to do at this point? Easier said than done. Yes, that would probably be a good thing. Cypher. He must be destroyed. How is she even here? That's a question. Zal. Come on, man. What's up, Rinoa? Oh yeah, she hasn't been to the orphanage, has she? That seems reasonable. Alright, so we need to head to Adia's house. Alright, so after a very, very, very long time, we're finally at the point in the game where we can start leveling up. And we can finally push for max stats. The one thing that I need to check before I do that, I'm not going to do that this episode, but the one thing I need to check before I do that is, this is the point in the game where I'm going to be switching back and forth between a lot of my existing save files, because I'll show you in a second. I'm going to go to Adia's house for now, and then I'll explain a few things once we get there. But I want to make sure that everything is organized properly, so that's one thing I need to be cautious of. The other thing I need to check, just for immediacy purpose, or immediately, is there are some scenes that you can get here. So like, there's this scene at Adia's house, and then there's another couple of scenes at Estar that we need to wrap up for the storyline purposes before we go to Lunatic Pandora. Now I can't remember if I do that stuff now, or if I've already done that stuff in my backup save files, or if I leveled up and then did all of that. So I'll show off really quickly what I've got going on here. So as you can see, well, not here, but as you can see, I've got a lot of different files here for where I'm at different points in my level up process, and I'm going to use all these to kind of show off, hey, this is what I'm doing at this point, and this is what I'm doing at this point. You can see there are a lot of hours between where I'm at right now. I'm going to go ahead and make my next save file just to see how far ahead we are at this point. So we're at 27 hours now. Now, granted, I played a lot, way more cards, but you can see there's a 5-hour difference here. Then there's like another, 40 minutes, and another 3 hours, and another hour, then another 2 hours, then another 5 hours, another 3 hours. There's a lot of jumps here, so I want to make sure I have everything organized correctly. So I'm going to do that. Next episode, I will either go to Estar, I'll either do the stuff here at Adia's house and at Estar, or I will begin my max stats tutorial. Either way, the max stats will come in either the next episode or 2 episodes from now. But until then, this has been Marathon Hurdler. I want to thank you as always for checking out my videos, and hopefully I will see you next time.